Hello people and welcome back to the channel. I'm RDF. Today we're going to be looking at Unai Emery's tactics and how we can help Newcastle United. It is rumoured that he's going to be heading over to Newcastle, so just in case, we'll have a look at his tactics in Football Manager. We will also have a look at how well his tactics can do with Newcastle United. The board have made some signings. We didn't make any signings, the board made them. They made some weird ones, but also some very good ones, and we'll look at the reasons why. So before we get stuck into things, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you like this video. You can leave a comment as well. That helps this channel out immensely. But also, this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app, so make sure you check this out. OneFootball and the RDF Tactics channel have chosen to collab once again. Downloading this app would help this channel out in many ways, but why exactly should you download it? The OneFootball app is an excellent app for football fans. It's the best place to check recent news, legally watch matches, yes, for free, and you can follow your team and be notified when something major happens. It's also great to check out the latest transfer rumours, and if you're like me, you don't want to miss out on any rumours. Transfer season can be fun. Once all the league starts up as well, it's a great app to check statistics. This channel creates recreations. Using the OneFootball app helps grab vital stats, but also you will have access to team lineups before the football match starts. This is a great app if you want to follow football around the world or get the latest news just on your team. So make sure you try it out, but it does also help this channel out a lot and gives it many great opportunities to grow. So give it a go, and I promise you won't regret it. As per usual, Unai Emery has experimented with a number of different formations so far in his time at the helm of Villarreal. The 4-1-4-1 formation has been the most commonly used by the manager, but he's also shifted to more of a 4-3-3, 4-4-1-1, and even on occasion utilising a 4-4-2. It is, however, under the 4-1-4-1 their first choice formation, where they've had the most success and won the Europa League last season. Unai Emery has always had a desire to play out from the back, which would likely continue if he was the manager at Newcastle. In build-up and attacking phases, Villarreal's formation shifts more into a 2-1-4-3. For the purpose of simplifying things, you could also call it a 3-4-3, with Vincent Obora dropping in between or alongside the two centre-backs. This setup allows the team a couple of unique advantages. First and foremost, it pushes the fullbacks higher, allowing the wingers to come inside, while overloading the midfield area alongside the two central midfielders in behind. It aids in achieving numerical superiority in the build-up and their verticality in attacking transitions, getting the wingers on the ball in central areas. The diamond shape created at the very back also allows to achieve a numerical advantage even against the high press, and a route both forward and backwards if things don't go to plan. Further forward, you can also see how the diamond shape is continued both on the left and right, and a greater triangle is created between the fullback, central midfielders and inverted wingers on both sides. These shapes offer Emery's teams options both forward and backwards at proper angles to keep possession of the ball and avoid making dangerous sideways passes in their own half. However, it would be far too simplistic to say that this shape stays true throughout all phases of possession and attack. At varying moments, the two central midfielders may also drop deep to pick up the ball and join the back line in the build-up. Other than the goalkeeper, the central defenders will frequently look to play longer passes when Emery wants to take a different approach. Meanwhile, one of the two fullbacks will frequently come deeper to pick up possession, and conversely, the other stays higher. This offers quite a bit of balance in possession to create an extra option in the build-up phases. It is also important to note that although Emery likes to play out from the back, Villarreal were also quite good at keeping the ball in the opposition half and dominated possession once there. They've kept 61% of possession so far this season, the second best in La Liga, and their possession and positional statistics are very balanced between the 3/3 of the field. Villarreal's defensive stability has been one of the key successes under Emery so far. Although it isn't the best record in the world, it's still very positive. Their defensive stability has come largely out of the 4-1-4-1 shape, in which they have engaged a mid-block, shifting and sliding with the play rather than pressing vigorously from the front. With Villarreal's three central midfielders often coming against two from the opposition, the Yellow Submarine have achieved numerical superiority in defensive phases quite often. If the opposition are then key to try and bypass Villarreal's midfield triangle, they are often forced into longer passes or wide areas closer to the touchline. The central midfielders are the most frequent ball winners for Emery. The mid-block with 3 central midfielders has been where Emery has achieved much of his success and the most significant amount of defensive stability. To give an example from last season, in their 2-1 win over Valencia, Emery's side completely outnumbered Xavi Garcia's 4-4-2 in the midfield areas. During Valencia's build-up, this forced them into longer passes, particularly from the goalkeeper, who became frustrated with Villarreal's superiority in midfield. With all that said, by and large, Emery's teams have defended excellently well regardless of the formation. In attacking transitions, they have a very vertical approach. As already noted, the wingers often drift inside. Their verticality naturally increases their use of through balls down the middle, rather than working the ball out to the wide areas and delivering across. So not only has Villarreal's verticality and through ball usage increased their offside total, it's also potentially limited their chance creation. It is however unsurprising that Villarreal have adopted this approach, as neither of their current wingers are actual wingers. But regardless, dribbling and through balls has been a key feature in Villarreal's attacking phase. Virtually everyone in the team is a capable dribbler and eager to take on players in a 1v1 situation, other than the stay-at-home defensive-minded players like Vincent Iborra and Rayo Albiol. Unfortunately, that wraps up this very brief Unai Emery tactical analysis. Hopefully throughout the season we will get more information when or if Unai Emery does go to Newcastle United, but for now, this is what we have and this is how he can work at Newcastle United. We are, however, going to go into Football Manager to have a look at the replicated tactic. Also, check out the signings that Newcastle made, the director of football, and how well they managed to do under Unai Emery's tactics. So now, let's go into Football Manager. So here we are, we do have that 4-1-4-1 shape, of course, and what we're going to do is go through the instructions and then the results and data. Of course, the data for me is very important. So we're going to go quickly through the instructions, have a look at the tactic, look at the results, see where Newcastle finished, and then end this video. Mentality wise, we are going to be using that positive mentality and using a fairly narrow attacking width, trying to funnel our play in those vertical channels. Approach play, pass it into space. Of course, through balls are going to be vital and we are going to be playing out from the defense. The passing directness, though Villarreal have been very good in possession, we are going to be using a more direct approach, but with the slower tempo. Of course, with the slower tempo, that means we can hold on to the ball for longer and we can get a better possession statistic. In the final third, we don't really have any special instruction, but for the dribbling, we will be running at the defense, trying to encourage that 1v1 situations. When possession has been lost, we will counter press, trying to win the ball back, and when the possession has been won, we will then try to go on our counter attacks. When the possession has been lost and we are counter pressing, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a heavy press, everyone running further forward trying to win the ball back. That's not necessarily going to happen. It's just if we win the ball back in those higher areas, for an example, those players around the ball will then try to press and win the ball back, rather than everyone collapsing trying to get back into our 4-1-4-1 shape. Goalkeeper in possession, he's going to slow the pace down and look to distribute the ball to the centre backs. Out of possession, we are using a higher defensive line and a higher line of engagement. Though Villarreal do use a mid-block, I feel that the 4-1-4-1 shape, naturally your players will be defending deeper anyway. So a 4-1-4-1 shape with a higher defensive line and a higher line of engagement at times can give you a mid-block. It will still be kind of a high mid-block, but nevertheless we do want to be positive and be on the front foot. Of course, if high is too much for you, you can just drop the line of engagement down to standard. The marking and tackling, we are using tighter marking, trigger press set to more often, and tackling get stuck in. Every of my tactics, we do have that get stuck in. That's kind of a favourite instruction for me, and I also feel that on Football Manager it does give better results. Considering this is a downloadable tactic, I do feel that I should be giving you something that also gives you some decent results as well, rather than giving you a tactic that you may run into 100 problems with. So, in goal, we do have that super keeper on defend. Both of our fullbacks are wing backs, both on support as well. And in defence, we do have two ball playing defenders, which is actually a mistake. One of them is supposed to be a ball playing defender, whilst the other is a centre back. Considering Paul Torres is the ball playing defender, we will use a Rayo Albiol on that central defensive role. In defensive midfield, we do have a ball-winning midfielder, which would be Vincent Abura or Francis Coquelin. For Newcastle, that can be Isaac Hayden. On the flanks, on the left, the inverted winger on attack, hopefully St. Maximin. He will be playing on that left flank. And on the right, we do have that inverted winger on support. Again, that could be Miguel Almiron or that could be Ryan Fraser. In central midfield, we do have an advanced playmaker on support, someone that's going to be playmaking, keeping us ticking throughout the game, and his midfield partner will be a central midfielder on attack, looking to take more risk. Again, we do want to play those through balls, take more risk in possession, close down more, and tackle harder. Lastly, up top, we do have an advanced forward. Hopefully Callum Wilson will bang in a few goals for us in this save. But that there is the tactical wrapped up. We're now going to go into the results and the data to see how well or how bad Newcastle did, but also look at their signings. So we're going to look at the signings first, then look at the data and the results. So, who did Newcastle buy? In the first season, they managed to buy João Moutinho for only 4 million, and he's an absolute bargain. They also bought Renato Sanchez in the summer, they bought Alexander Golovin, and they bought that goalkeeper Jinka from Trabzonspor for 17.5 million. I hope I pronounced the name and the team name correctly there. And we also bought Kieran Trippier as well in the summer. Kieran Trippier was bought for 25 million from Atletico Madrid. And then in the winter, they bought Francis Coquelin from Villarreal, funny enough, for £44 million. I do think that's a lot of money, but if he's going to come and help us with the results. But that there is the tactics. We can now look at the results, see where Newcastle finished and all of that good stuff. So for the competitions in the Premier League, Newcastle finished 4th, getting that Champions League football. They played 38, they won 24, they drew 6. 4 of those 6 draws came away from home. Tottenham, Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Leicester and Man City again. Those aren't bad teams to be drawing against, to be fair. Getting a point at least from those teams is fairly decent. The 8 losses though came at home to Leicester, was a 4-1 defeat. Away to West Ham, at home to Wolves, away to Manchester United, at home to Liverpool again 4-1. Away to Villa, away to Arsenal and away to Liverpool again. Liverpool absolutely smashed it. In the Emirates FA Cup, we got knocked out in the 3rd round by Manchester United, which is fairly harsh that we got Manchester United in the 3rd round. And in the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out by Derby County in the 4th round. So looking at the stats, again, we're not going to really jump out with any of these. But for the goals, we did score the 4th most, well joint with Arsenal with 72. Most shots for were not in the top 8. Shots against, again, not in the top 8. Best pass completion, not in the top 8. Best average possession, again, not in that top 8. But for the most tackles won, it is Newcastle with 850. So it seems like that mid-block, again, that sort of mid-block, it does accumulate a lot of tackles in Football Manager. For the most dribbles made, we do come in second. So that mid-block idea is working, and the dribbles as well, that is also working. For the most clean sheets, we are joint 5th with 13, and for the fewest conceded, well, we are in the top 8, so that's very positive. We conceded 45 goals. Team stats, Callum Wilson, top goal scorer, yeah, he scored 33 goals in the league. For the most assists, João Moutinho with 12 in 5th place. Most shots for Callum Wilson in 4th place, and for the most player of the match awards, Callum Wilson in 4th place with 9. For the most key passes, João Moutinho 127. Best pass completion, nobody there. But for the tackles won, yes, our central midfielder Renato Sanchez in joint 2nd with 91. Again, like I said in the analysis, the central midfielders are key to winning the ball. Alexander Golovin with 100 tackles as well, which is fairly positive. For the dribbles made, we don't have a single player in the top 8, so that was more of a team effort. For the clean sheets, Chankir with 13, and for the fewest conceded, nobody there. So now we can go to the data hub. So here we are in the data hub, and it really is a beautiful sight. It really is. Looking at the possession gained, where we look to win the ball back. As you can see, though we are using those highish lines with a high standard line of engagement and a high defensive line, still it looks like a mid block. Winning the ball mostly deep in our own defensive third, so it's not a high press. We aren't winning the ball sort of in these areas here. Only 12% of our balls won was just over the halfway line, whilst 29% was just behind it and 32% deeper in our own half. So though, like I said, you saw the high lines, we aren't necessarily pressing very high and trying to win the ball back in those very high areas. For the pass map, this is what we can look like. So we got some nice triangles between the two centre backs and the defensive midfielder, and also out wide as well. That is something that we really wanted to achieve. For the team attacking, we are performing above the average in the attacking statistics, and for the defensive side of things, we are performing pretty close to the average in the defensive statistics. Looking at the attacking efficiency, we were passive in our shooting, but we were clinical. That is very positive. And for the defensive efficiency, we were busy in defense, but we were on the impenetrable side of things. For the passing, this was a huge disappointment for me. I would have liked a lot more passes. We don't want to be in that fewer passing area. We do want to be in a lot of passes, and maybe in inaccurate passing, because we are attempting a lot of through balls, but we do want to be in that lot of passes area. So that is way off for me in my opinion. But for the possession, we did frequently win the ball back, and we were reliable in possession as well. That there is the data hub wrapped up. We can now look at the squad stats. Who were the top goal scorers? Who were the most creative players? Of course, Callum Wilson was the top goal scorer with 34 goals in 33 starts. So he actually averaged a goal a game, literally just over a goal a game, and he does have 3 assists. João Moutinho was very important. He scored 14 goals, but most importantly with 12 assists as well. So he was scoring and creating. We really needed that player in that side. So we do have Ryan Fraser on 5 goals, Golovin on 5, Alan St. Maximin on 4, and Ronaldo Sanchez on 3. We would have liked it a little bit better, but we are Newcastle. We aren't expecting too much. João Moutinho on 12 assists, Alan St. Maximin on 8 assists, Ronaldo Sanchez also on 8, with Alexander Golovin on 7. But unfortunately, people, that wraps up this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed recording this. Again, I probably say that in every single video, but I really do enjoy this creative process, recording a video, editing a video as well. I really do enjoy it, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. I hope you guys are subscribed. I hope you guys like this video as well. Leave a comment, that helps this video out. It helps the channel out as well. I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe, peace out, and God bless.